Water. Peace, party people, peace. And I can't believe that I left my water downstairs. So we're gonna go ahead and start. Hopefully everything here goes well. Check, 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 check. So we're gonna go ahead and start. Peace to everybody that's in here. Peace to those that are not. Like I said, today I'm going to talk about where I'm at in Man Heal Thyself by Supernova Islam and the Mighty Queen of Fua. Hope y'all can read that. Hope y'all can read that. So here we go. I'm just going to be honest with you. This week, I did not read past where I was on page 90. So if you're reading along with me, I haven't gone past page 90 on it. I kind of want to, because what happened is I started the one fast on May 1st, and I kind of want to go over that and then talk about some other things that I did while I was there. So the level one fasting consists of no negativity, no alcohol or drugs, no violent movies. And in my case, since I can't absorb no negativity, I can't read any comic books, no cussing, and no fast food. How am I doing? The fast food part is not easy. Also, it includes no eating pork or red meat, which I don't do anyway. So I don't consume drug. Well, alcohol is a drug. So let's just get that out the way. So I haven't been drinking alcohol. Actually, we had a bonfire on Saturday, which was May 1st. That was our first open bonfire. Everybody there was vaccinated. There's only 6 people, so everybody there was vaccinated, and we had a great time. I didn't drink, and my partner pointed out that was the first time she's seen me sober at a party in a very long time. She's like, it's been a while. So and she said I was very, I was much more subdued than I usually am. So but we had a great time. Not saying that I'm gonna stop drinking at parties, just saying that I thought I was going to have troubles with that. The problem that I'm having is the cussing and not reading comic books. I could avoid the no negativity, so I just have to switch up the kind of music I listen to. And I haven't watched anything violent this whole time. So, but I've been watching documentaries. So that was really dope. Which there was a time when I was younger when I watched documentaries all the time. I actually used to go to the movies to watch documentaries, and I don't watch them as much. I might watch one every other month, but now I'm watching them more often. So I'm going to continue to watch them. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. So I'm doing pretty good at it. I will say this, that work has been tremendously hectic. And I don't recall a time when it was this hectic at my job. And a lot of changes, a lot of people have left, a lot of beef. It's just been madness. And so this fast has been really challenging in that respect because I want to cuss. I just have to watch how I express my anger, or express. Oops, is reconnecting. Is reconnecting. Here we go. I enjoy my work and I enjoy my students, and I can't speak enough. So a lot of the things that are happening are actually hurting me. The things that are going down. So, but there's some good things coming on the horizon. So I'm just focusing on that. They asked that I do a lot of journaling. I have been journaling every day. I have a book where I journal specifically about the fast. And then I'm doing a separate journal in my Google Docs where I'm talking about how I'm feeling at the moment. What I'm going to start doing, because I do have a planned morning journal when it comes to the fast, I'm going to try to do a evening journaling, since I don't consume as much media as I used to. So another thing that they've asked me to do is they asked me to work on a prayer of forgiveness and an affirmation confirmation. I haven't worked on either of those, so I'm going to try to put that together this weekend. I'm an atheist, so people are saying, why are you going to have a prayer of forgiveness? I do believe that the black man is God. I do believe that I'm God, not in a mystery spook sort of way, but that I'm the master of my own destiny, that I can create things, right? And I do create things. I do create things every day. So I should forgive myself for a lot of things that I do that's not I'm not that I shouldn't be doing. I make mistakes, I cause harm and things of that nature, and I have to learn how to fix those things, but also forgive myself. So there's a lot of things that I'm worried about, that I'm upset about. And what happened was I realized that my oldest son, he's never gotten me a present. He never got me a birthday present. He never got me a Father's Day present ever. At first, it didn't bother me because, I mean, I didn't think about it. Let me just say that because it does bother me. But I realize it's because I wasn't the father that I should have been to him when he was younger. Uh, so I don't expect him to do that. Like I shouldn't expect him to do that. But it still hurts though. So those are things that I have to confront and I have to forgive myself for. So that's just an example. Um, I want to talk about the 42 laws of Ma'at because in here, go over it. If you never heard of the 42 laws of Ma'at, it's also known as the 42 confessions of faith or the 42 admonitions. And shout out to Anthony Browder. He wrote a book called Now Valley Contributions to Civilization. And in it, Anthony Browder, that's why I first learned about the 42 laws of Ma'at. I can't speak for anybody else. The reason why I want to bring that up is because the other day my barber was over here cutting my son's hair. Shout out to Woke Dave. And he just started reading that book. And I was like, oh my God, that was back in 1992 when I was on the USS John F. Kennedy in the Navy. Me and a bunch of brothers had, and back then there was no women on combat ships, so it was all men. We had a book club, and that was the first book that we did. That was Anthony Browder's Now Valley Contributions to Civilization. Highly recommended. And then when I got out the Navy, I was in another book club at the Self-Improvement Center on 35th Street. It's no longer there in Norfolk, Virginia. That was owned by the mighty, mighty late, great Brother George, my elder. I love and miss you, and I cherish you, and thank you for everything that you taught me. And we did it there, and we talked about the 42 laws of Ma'at. And I recite it every morning. I'm not going to recite the whole thing here, but there's always a part where I stop, for example, it says, so what you got to do, you got to recite that I will not, right? So I will not do wrong. I will not steal. But here is, I will not speak unjustly. And I know that what happens is at the end of the day, you have to say it again and you have to say, I have not. And there are times when I have spoken unjustly and I was like, man, I can't say that. So I've learned to skip those and then think about them later on in bed. So that's why I'm going to do the journaling at night. So I have not spoken unjustly. That's not true. I have not been wrathful or angry except for just cause. I have been angry and wrathful. I didn't like do anything. I didn't act on it, but I have been that way. And I have prejudged. There's another one that says I have not prejudged. I have prejudged. So that's something that I've done. So I kind of like really, when I do it at night, I'm always like, wait a second, did I do that? Did I not do that? And I'm gonna say this. I wish I had done this sooner. I wish that I know what happened was when it first got introduced to me, I was told this is where the 10 Commandments came from. And when I read through them, I was like, man, this is hardcore. This is heavy. And I'm going to say when I was younger, I probably broke, I will not speak in anger. I did do that. I have spoken in anger this week. So, I'm going to figure out ways to, like, instead of starting this morning and saying, let me stop at I will not speak unjustly, I'm going to say, what do I do to make sure that I speak justly? And start thinking of ways to do that and write them down in my journal in the morning when I get to work. Because I usually journal when I get to work. In the morning when I get to work, I counsel students. And then after that, I'll have like a break for about an hour. And that's when I journal. So, so far, this book is dope. The people that said they were going to do it with me have not been doing it with me, which is cool. See what I did? And I'm not saying anything bad about them, but I just expected them to. So I'm gonna continue to read it on my own. I'm in the part about the arit or the arit or the aritu. He calls it arit or aritu. I don't know if he means to say arit, but I could just be tripping and trying to roll my tongue. So again, Supernova Islam has some stuff on YouTube you might want to check out. I don't have the links for them. You can search for them. Queen of Four, however, is on Instagram and she does a lot of lives. I highly recommend you follow her. She's been in the game for a long time, decades even. So that being said, I am currently reading this. I highly recommend this book. If you consider yourself an abolitionist, and I'm not an abolitionist yet, I'm getting there, right? And I want to talk about that. I'm not an abolitionist yet, but if you're considering it or you want to know more about what abolition is, please pick up We Do This Till We Free Us by Marima Kaba. It's really, really dope. Oh my God. It's funny because my partner asked me a question because I do believe that we should abolish the police. I do believe that. I haven't come around to abolishing prisons. Uh, I'm against prison industrial complex, but I do think some people need to go to prison. I do think that there's some people I can name names that need to go to prison. So I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. So, but she did ask me a question about what to do if you abolish the police. I had a way out solution, but she really has a dope page 13. She talks about some things, what they believe in, abolitionists do. And then she also says what we could do right now, which I think is a great idea, is you defund the police by cutting their budget in half and cutting their staff in half. And I think that's a great idea because we've seen that police continue to be, they make matters worse when they pull up. So, I haven't cussed. Yay, me. Right. So I'm opening up for questions. Does anybody have any questions? I see there's 2 people in here. If you have any questions, you could say something in the chat. We are live, so I'm putting that in there. So if you want to say something or ask a question in the chat, show me some love or whatever. Again, I'm gonna be here on Saturday. Saturday, I'm gonna be talking about to the brothers. I haven't picked a topic yet. I'm still like, it was a wild week. It was a wild week. Maybe I should start writing the topics like Saturday, after I finish, and then that way I'll have something the following week instead of just waiting to the last minute. Well, this is the first week I waited to the last minute because last week I had an event and I just couldn't make it. So nobody has anything else for me. I'm gonna go ahead and post this, and I'm gonna save this onto YouTube so that way you guys can find it. And I hope you enjoy it. I need to do like I need to get it in and do an intro and everything and throw that in there so you guys will be like, oh, that's dope. So if you guys don't have any questions for me, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I appreciate y'all. I got dishes to do. So it's my turn to do the dishes. So yes, I still do chores in my own house, even though I have teenagers. So, but you got to lead by example, right? You got definitely lead by example. To the parents out there, I should do one for parenting, right? Not saying that I'm the best parent, but to the parents out there, you got to embody what you want the children to do. It's not enough that we tell them what to do. It's not enough that we give them instructions on how to do that. We have to embody that. So if you want to do chores, you got to do chores as well and show them that you could do it. So, thank you. Oh, Quadro, the homie Quadro, I got to bring you back onto I'm on a hiatus now, season break, because I finished season 6. I'll be starting season 7 in June. So I'm definitely gonna bring you back. It'll be dope to have you on there. And I want to continue talking about, capoeira and liberation, black liberation, definitely. Well, you know what I want to talk about? The fact that a lot of people are not about liberation. And we need to talk about that and how, is how do we discern who's for liberation and who's not for liberation? Because there's some people that are for reform. There are some people that want power. There's some people that want one thing. And at times, they might be our allies, right? They might be, when I mean that in a literal sense, I don't mean that as co-conspirators. I mean that as like allies, because I look at it like in a war, you have allies for that particular battle. They may not be your ally the next day. So they might be your ally for this particular agenda, but then later on, you're not going to work with them. So I want to kind of discuss what, what black liberation, what it might look like, but what liberation is. Because a lot of people that we run into that are in this activist life are not about liberation. So I just want to put that in there. Yeah. And you would be perfect for that because we're doing capoeira liberation, right? Because you know what? I run into a lot of capoeiristas that are not about that liberation life. They're just about sports. You know what I mean? And I kind of like, I'm not saying that they're not needed. I'm not saying that, but I think that they do it as service to students. So definitely. So thank you for listening. Again, the book that I recommend is "We Do This Till We Free Us" by Marima Kaba. Dope. It is dope. It is dope. It is dope. And I'm going to continue reading this. I'll probably finish it before the end of May because it's a really short read, and much of it is like they give you instructions about things. So I'm definitely going to finish it, and then like the last 30 pages are testimony. So it's much shorter than I had imagined it. I thought it was going to be bigger. And I'm trying to put the finishing touches on my book by the end of June, which is My Warrior Path Towards Love. It's pretty dope. I'm excited about it. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I thank all of y'all for checking me out. And hopefully we'll have more people next time. Peace.